Ever wondered what THC does to your brain? How it makes you feel high or relaxed? Let's dive into it. THC, short for tetrahydrocannabinol, is the chemical responsible for most of marijuana's psychological effects. It's a psychoactive compound, meaning it can affect your mind and behavior. The magic of THC lies in its interaction with a complex cell signaling system in our bodies known as the endocannabinoid system. This system plays a role in regulating a variety of physiological processes, and THC, well, it knows how to play the game. It primarily interacts with these things called CB1 receptors, which are concentrated in the central nervous system, especially in the brain. So, when you consume cannabis, these interactions trigger a series of events that ultimately lead to the feelings of euphoria or relaxation associated with a marijuana high. But how exactly does THC interact with the brain? Let's take a closer look. THC works its magic by primarily interacting with something called the CB1 receptors. Now you might be wondering, what exactly are these CB1 receptors? Well, they're a type of receptor found in abundance within the central nervous system, especially the brain. These receptors are part of a larger network known as the endocannabinoid system, a complex cell signaling system that plays a crucial role in regulating various physiological processes within our bodies. So how does THC fit into all of this? THC has a similar structure to the endocannabinoids naturally produced by our bodies. This similarity allows THC to sneakily bind to the CB1 receptors, much like a key fitting into a lock. Once bound, THC can influence the behavior of these receptors and by extension the physiological processes they regulate. So, THC binds to these receptors. But what happens next? Let's find out. When THC binds to CB1 receptors, it starts influencing the release of neurotransmitters in your brain. One neurotransmitter it particularly affects is dopamine. Dopamine, often referred to as the feel-good neurotransmitter, is associated with feelings of pleasure and reward. When THC increases the release of dopamine, it contributes to the euphoric or high feeling often experienced with cannabis use. But the effects of THC don't stop there. It also alters brain functions, impacting areas like memory, coordination, and concentration. For instance, THC affects the hippocampus, a region of the brain that's crucial for forming new memories. This is why short-term memory impairment is a common side effect of THC use. Additionally, it can impact coordination, which is why activities like driving can become dangerous under the influence of THC. It can also affect concentration, making tasks that require focus more challenging, but that's not all. THC also impacts our brain's reward system and perception. One of the reasons why some people get hooked on cannabis is because THC activates the brain's reward system. You see, THC increases the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter that gives us a sense of pleasure and reward. This heightened dopamine rush is what often leads to the euphoric feeling or high associated with cannabis use. It's like the brain's way of saying, hey, that felt good, let's do it again. But the effects of THC don't stop at the reward system. It also tinkers with our perception of time and space. Yes, you heard that right. With THC, minutes can stretch out like hours and distances can seem greater than they actually are. It's a bit like being in a dream, where the normal rules of time and space don't apply. Apart from these effects, THC can also make you feel relaxed and sedated. So THC's influence extends far beyond just getting you high. It's a complex compound with a range of effects on the brain. Ever felt calm and relaxed after using cannabis? That's THC at work again. As we delve further into the effects of THC, we find it also has a sedative influence. This compound can promote relaxation, contributing to the overall tranquility some users experience. It can act much like a warm blanket on a cold day, providing a soothing, calming effect. This is why some individuals may turn to cannabis for stress relief or relaxation. So, that's a brief rundown of what THC does to your brain. To summarize, THC affects your brain in several ways. It binds to cannabinoid receptors, influences neurotransmitter release, alters brain function, activates the reward system, and can even change your perception of time and space. On top of that, it can induce a state of relaxation and sedation. Remember, while many enjoy the effects of THC, it's important to use it responsibly. If you have concerns, reach out to a healthcare professional. Until next time, stay informed and stay safe.